that is it's about food safety management system. Okay, so what that is you guys are getting familiar with the quality management system, right? So this is going to be the driver or the engine for all of the system that we're building, right? So so it's going to have a dashboard, it's going to have a quality management system, right? It's going to have the internal audit button, right? The RVVMP we already built. This is the record verification validation management program. And then the ETRR, the one that we already built, right, which is the employee training requirements and records. And then CAMP, it's all these are already built, corrective action management program, ICMS, inventory control management system, preventive maintenance program, calibration program, and then the rest of the stuff that you guys are building, SAP, FSVP, and things like that, right? So contact management system, SAP, FSVP, I think PMP we did shelf life. Let's update this while we're here. Um, yeah, let's go ahead and update it while we're here. So it's just a simple copy paste lang siya ng Control C, Control E. So we have SAP-FSVP. We have internal audit there. Let me see shelf life. Okay. Oops. CMS, right? We did discuss CMS. CMS. CMS is already there. Okay, PMP, preventive maintenance program. Yep, okay. So that's pretty much it. So let's go back to the slideshow from current page. So basically what it is, so this is the dashboard. So Al, what's gonna happen is we're gonna build this, right? So obviously we're gonna need volunteers for it first. But the volunteers, make sure you guys have time, right? You just don't say, "Oh, I want to." That's really a fun project, because a lot of these project, it's gonna tie in the internal audit system, the CMS, the shelf life, SAP, and other project that we're working on. So this is basically our dashboard for the FS Food Safety Management System Pro, right? So, oh, you know what? Let me go back here. Hold on. So, from current slide. So, what happens? So if you're the user, so the user they go to this dashboard, and let's say they are the quality control team, so they're going to be on the quality management system, right? So they can click on it, and then there's another QMS dashboard for them. Oops, I am messing this up. Hold on, guys. So I'll keep pressing on stuff. So QMS, I would go here. Now I wanted to check on my food safety policy or whatever, right? I wanted to check on that, let's say, and in the food safety policy, it would take me to the code, right? What is the code, right? This is what the SQF looks like. So for the internal audit team, you kind of like see how everything kind of, works in, right? So then they can upload a file, you know what I mean? They can then, they can comment, task, history, archive files, right? An audit guide, what is the definition of that code, how to audit it. So these are content, that we would have. Let's go back to the food safety policy page. So this our implement is the same. It would go to the implementation page and things like that. Okay, audit guide and audit guide page. So, and then they could have the template for this is the program, policy, and procedure. So they can go in here. It would have the document in program nila. So this is now becoming familiar, right? So then you can put a comment if you need. Oh, I guess those buttons don't work yet. Just go back. And then you can upload records. Ito yung napirmahan na siya, right? So this one kasi ano siya, di ba, blank, you see? So once this is signed, you can see it here, right? I mean, you can see it under records. And then if they did any research, let's say FDA paperwork or lab, quantitative scientific papers, we can upload them here. So within that program, you can see all of the supporting file. And there would be a comment session, task history, and archive files, right? And then it would also give a score of are we 100% in this system? Okay. So these are all the same. See, these are just examples and stuff. You know what I mean? So let's go back in some of these things that we looked at here. Yep, I think that's pretty much it. And there's lessons here. Ito yung mga training materials, right? Comprehension quiz, right? So ito yung mga ano niya, forms. Like this is the forms for it. You can upload forms. Does that make sense? Al?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. So Al, you're gonna have to coordinate people for this, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'll email this to you, and then we're gonna need to start building a static website. Same stuff. Log on. People, because this one. Imagine we have a client, right? Right now, you guys are familiar. Nakita nyo na yung mga hierarchy natin, di ba? Nung nag-training kayo kay Joy, di ba yung hierarchy, yung hagdanan, different color, blue to light blue to green,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
So that's our internal system, how we upload all that stuff, but it's not very user friendly for the client. For us, it makes sense because we do it every day, right? We only have a search button there, right? But this one, it would really break it down, So if I'm the quality manager, so ito yung mundo ko, right? And then if I'm the internal auditing team, this is my audit button. And then this will go to the internal audit app, which gonna link to this. You know what I mean? And then ito yung mga quality controller na ano yun. Are you familiar with the RVVMP? Nakita nyo na ba yun? Functionality na yun?
Wala, sir. Not we are not familiar with that.
Okay, hold on. Let me go to our demo. So this is you familiar with the ETRR, no? Familiar na kayo doon?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the records verification. So in every company, they have alam mo yung mga forms and checklists, 'di ba? Like in school sa college, right? When you go into administration, marami kayong na-fill up in, 'di ba? Yung student information, 'di ba? Lahat na ganon. So those are in our business, those are called verification and validation forms. So they have to be checked, make sure they were filed correctly. So yung mga receiving document ito, so you can like click on them. It tells you the details, what to verify, how to validate, pass or fail, di ba? Pwede ka maglagay ng comment, mga reference documents that you can upload, supporting files, in corrective action kung may mali siya. Right? And we're gonna go through this training. Ito yung records verification and validation. So on the details niya, what is the process? Can you guys read this? Can you see it? Can you see my screen? So process, document origin, so from the warehouse, ano yung PRP program? PRP stands for prerequisite program. Ito yung mga mandatory. Okay, so that's why our company is called PRP compliance as well. As part of our service because we do the compliance. Ito yung items, ano yung gagawin mo doon. Frequency, date specific, yearly, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily. Some forms, they have to be checked every day, right? Yung mga bathroom forms, they have to be checked every day. And then you start date. So this is the RVVMP. Ginawa ni Brandon to. Right, so Brandon did this one before because we didn't have an OJT system at the time. So we put it on our demo, but nobody's running it yet. Okay, we haven't marketed this thing yet because we didn't have. This is a very technical thing to work with, so we're building that team right now. And then it gives you a lot of reporting. document review status report, how many documents were reviewed, how many were validated, things like that. So Chris Santianes, which is our project supervisor, ito yung background niya. So he helped put this together. Yeah, so it tells you like this one is it's been 6 months or whatever days it is. It tells you when it's days left and start date. So that's the RVVMP. Okay, and then like this is our search. Ito lang yung search niya, right? So you can search here. Let's say you wanted to do maintenance. Search anything that has a maintenance on there. All right, then you can see the forms. You can click on them. Well, there it is. You can download them. So if you are working in the facility, you can say, oh, okay, ito yung Grants and Roadways program. See what I mean? It's pretty robust. And this was, just to let you know, Brandon started with me when he was 19 or 20 years old, 6 years ago. He was a student like you guys, right? So that's awesome. You know what I mean? Oh, nasaan ako? So then you have camp here. So ito yung ginagawa ni Lynette, nilinis niya. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you some So you see this? So this was my idea. Can you see, guys? Al?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So this was my idea, right? So when I was putting something together, binigay ko kay Brandon. I said, Brandon, put something together. So ito yung si Brandon, right? I'm like, okay, we can open, right? We can add a corrective action pag may problema, right? So ito yung camp corrective action management program. Open, close, and things like that, right? So ito siya, right? Now here's the difference between Brandon and Lynette. Okay, so for you guys, when you guys are working on project, it's a life lesson. You need to know the people's capability, right? Same camp. This is Lynette. Nakikita niyo?
Yes, sir.
You see what I mean? It's very eye-pleasing, right? So iba yung basa, right? So sometimes, Al, you become the OJT coordinator. It's not all about skill set back end, right? It's also the front end, right? Ito ba yung UI na sinasabi nyo, user interface,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
So you guys need to identify it. So if you need another person to do it, so that's exactly what happened. We were in the middle of an audit, you know, me being the user, I was happy with it. I wanted the functionality. And then we get a comment from the customer. It's so dark, nagets mo, right? And then Brandon had the common sense to say, you know what? Ipasa ko na to, right? Ito yung lumabas, right? It's so much better. Same information, right? You have open, you have close, you have new. You see what I mean? Pero iba yung dating niya, no? But same exact functionality, right? So that's a lesson today. You got to look at that stuff, right? So even if you are the team leader, you know, yun ang openness natin sa team. Okay? So you just got to go in there and just say, hey, you know what? See if you can make this thing better, make it prettier, make it functional, whatever. Ayan, no? So yun ang camp. So going back to our dashboard here, ayan, nandito siya. So if you are a quality control, kasi yung kunyari ikaw yung supervisor, no, sa company, you're walking around the facility. Imagine, you're walking around, may nakita ka na mali, right? Let's say yung basura, punong-puno na siya, walang nag-aasikaso, right? You can't have it like that. So you take a picture of it in your cell phone, okay? So within the camp system, you can send it to us kasi tayo yung service agency nila, di ba? And then we can then create a new version of it, right? And then we can add the dates, today's date, right? And yung let's say yung time doesn't matter, okay? Observed by right? Observed by Quincy Quality, right? Right? And then reported by admin, whatever person, right? Doesn't matter. There's no conference number on it, not specified. Category niya, physical, right? Kasi ano yung basura yun, di ba? So it was in the warehouse. Okay. Then you can put observation, right? Trash bin is overfilled. Right? Observation. Right? And then you can add a picture here. It should be able, yep, you can add a picture there. So you can add in overfilled. The trash bin is overfilled. Okay, it's even correcting my English. Root cause, right? Warehouse personnel and sanitation must be trained on removing the trash on a daily basis, right? Ganon, right? They have to remove it or after their shift ends, right? Tanggalin niyo yung basura nyo before you guys go home, right? Corrective action, ito yung proposed, right? Magpo-propose tayo. Start a training program and compliance form. Checklist, right? For daily trash removal, right? Propose lang. Okay. And then it's executed for that day, whatever, right? It was corrected by Arnell Ryan PCQI, right? Implementation, implemented, forms and training, implemented, right? Just example lang to. So it was implemented the same day, boom. Preventive action, implemented, right? Check on a weekly basis as part of the RVVMP, di ba? Kasi forms yun. So we need to collect them weekly, right? Make sure that they're doing it. Okay? Boom. Evaluation, implemented, weekly eval using RVVMP, and annual training of GMP. Kasi idadagdag natin yun sa training nila, di ba? Comment, none, investigated by, okay, time, boom, okay. And then i-check nung kapa yung QC doon, whoever Quincy. So i-save mo siya, right? You see what I mean? That's how easy that is. You see? Ayan yung camp. Now we can open some of these, like this one. Ano ba to? View. Tingnan natin to. See if it's working. I think ginagawa pa rin nila to eh. Yes, yeah, it's not working yet. You can upload but not working. But anyway, so ngayon meron na 21 na siya. Close or view. And it's not working yet. Okay. I got sidetracked again. Sorry, man. So, so nagets mo na to, itong dashboard natin, FSMS Pro. Al?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
I have a question, sir.
Go ahead, man.
The dashboard thing, sir, can I see it again, sir?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, this is the main dashboard, sir, no? So, if ever click, so ito lang yung gagawin namin. Kasi yung ibang system, parang i-connect-connect lang siya.
Mm-hmm. I-connect natin siya, yup.
Okay.
Pa-accept, miss.
So yung RVVMP, i-connect mo siya dito. So, what's gonna happen with fsmspro.com, website ito, right? Imagine, ima-market natin siya. And then the people that are interested in using it, they have to sign up for the service, di ba? So, it's like a software. but it's, and then they're
Accept
gonna set up
siya.
their own account, di ba? Mag-o-on
Accept
board
ko.
sila, and then may monthly fee, things like that. You see what I
Mm,
mean?
yeah.
So eventually, it's gonna replace this. It's gonna replace ito. You see what I mean? It's eventually gonna replace. It's gonna take the data from here, and it's gonna replace this. It's gonna be easier to work with. You know what I mean?
So
Kasi
mo
dito ang gulo niya.
so
Tingnan mo to.
so more on beautification, sir.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. So
Parang
we're calling it the
ay,
FS Food Safety Management System Pro.
okay, okay.
Miskris siya.
Okay. So if you own a restaurant, so imagine if you own a restaurant, right? And then you have your fsmspro.com/restaurant, right? So yung quality management system mo nandito, yung internal audit mo nandito, di ba? Internal audit mo dun, mapapalitan yun, right? So you're gonna internal audit, yung restaurant mo, di ba? So, and then yung mga verification and RVVMP mo, it's still the same engine, but different application. So we're gonna customize those. Yeah, mga ganyan. So let me email it to you, okay? And then you can just share it with whoever's gonna want to work on that system for you guys to review it. Let me go to
May I ask,
my.
sir, how many members do you need for this project? Kasi medyo malaki.
I'm gonna leave that to you, Al.
Okay,
Right.
sir.
So
Okay.
part of this exercise, yeah, part of this exercise, and it's the same way in any project, guys. I know Brandon says you just work only with three, but sometimes yung tatlo na yun, it's not.
Kulang.
Ano ba yan? Kulang. Yeah. Number one, kulang. Number two, iba yung skill set na kailangan mo. If you got stuck with somebody na hindi niya talaga kabisado yung work na yun, right? It's okay. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that guy's a bad person. Nagets mo yun?
Yes, sir.
Pero hindi niya kabisado yung task na yun. And then madi-delay ka talaga sa deliverable mo, no? So you have to have this freedom to be able to have a voice, right? And says, hey guys, we concluded there's three of us. We need this type of person, di ba? Because we can't do this one part or nahihirapan kami or you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that, you know?
Yes.
So because at the end of the day, we need to finish it and create it and market it, and part of the business development aspect of we need to sell it, make money, right? So we can all have income together, right? So yun yung ano na yun. So hold on, let me create an email real quick. Send it to you. Compose. Oh, and then I'm gonna CC Brandon.
Marky, yung picture mo, cute. Pikas Bio ba? Ang cute mo.
Let me know when you get it.
Okay na, sir.
Okay na? Nagawa mo. See. All right, guys. Well, thanks for participating. So I think that's where we're at on that part. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right, guys. I talk to you later.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.